Going live, going live. Welcome, 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 welcome back. Welcome back to 3T's, my people out there in the world who I send my love to. Mwah, mwah. I'm just waiting for this thing to pop up. Yep, okay. It seems like we're in there, so okay. Welcome back. I send my love to all my people. Don't mistake, my love is kind. It is kind, but you know, before I begin, all praise be to our Maker, our Creator, the Most High Yah. Glory, glory, glory to all our kings who have the ones who shed blood for us, the ones who stand for today. All of our kings, all the Most High's children, all the Creator's children, and who we are in His image, in His likeness, in every way. You got to know. You got to know the truth. We've got to know we are made in His image and His likeness all the way. All of us. Don't ever deny yourself who you are. Know that our Creator loves us so. So let's get into this. What I'm going to discuss today. I'm going to discuss the judgment. The judgment. So let's see. Let's get into it. I don't want to waste your time. It's already late. Hopefully some people get this message. It's a really important one. It's a good one. It's important that we understand what's going on because it's a lot happening, and that's why we have to stick together. We have to come together and communicate with one another so we can all get this knowledge. I told you many videos ago that we are all individually a puzzle to this big puzzle. So we all have this knowledge and we have to come together to get it right and quit worrying about the name that everything is lost. So we have to understand that our names of history is lost, the name of our lands are lost, our heritage was lost, everything was stolen from us and rewritten. So know that much if you don't know anything else. Everything was rewritten. So don't be set in stone about none of this information as far as names are concerned and territory, because all of it was mixed up and lost. That's why we have to come together so that spirit can put the right things in us. So today it's all about the judgment. I want to talk about the judgment. The judgment. Let's start with this. Evil deceivers. There are men, if you don't know, that are filled with the spirit of Satan's. Now, I'm going to stop right there before I continue. Some people think Satan is one being, but Satan is many beings. It's not just one, it's the Satans. Every time you do history on Satan, it doesn't say Satan, they call them the Satans. So I take it as they must be referring to all of the watchers of heaven that fell. So all of the original watchers from heaven that fell before they had demon seeds, they were considered the Satans. And it was so funny. I was thinking of that, and when I was thinking of it, I said, "Are we the Titans?" you know, I think we were. I think I did read about that, but I have to go back and look at it. But anyways, they say that these Satans have been taught. I'm talking about the Satans on the earth. These men who are filled with the Satans have been taught evil strategies. So they've been taught a evil plan of action. And those evil men have been using conjured methods against the people of the Most High Yah since their evil indoctrination. So ever since they were taught this evil way of doing things, they have been using it against the original people of this earth, which are Yah's chosen people. In the book of Enoch, there are a few different books called Enoch. This one is called the Book of Enoch. It's in the Apocrypha, and it's added with a couple other books. The Book of Jasher is in there, Wisdom of Solomon, Baruch, all sorts of books. So just in case you want to look for it. And it's the chapter 94 and verse 2. So this one actually have English numbers, whatever they call them, regular numbers, because some of them have Roman numeral numbers. So that way you know the difference. It says that, and to certain men of a generation shall the path of violence and death be revealed. So we got to understand these people have been, who are filled with Satan's spirits, have been taught the path of violence and death. So they have been taught this. Ever since they learned how to use it, they've been using it against us. So our Creator showed us how to live, but our glory and our inheritance was taken by a shameless, barbaric nation. Instead of judging the world in righteousness, these soulless men deceive, hinder, attack, abuse, torture, and murder the natural people of the lands. Under the Gentile rule, they work overtime to keep our generation asleep. So that was from then all the way till now. They keep us asleep to the truth and filled with lies. So that's what they mean when they say they indoctrinate you. They're teaching you. Indoctrination is teaching you. So it's teaching you lies constantly. Constantly. It is crazy, out of control. Once you awaken and you figure that out, you're like, what the heck? Anyone awakened from the spell of the lies and or expose the lies and speak the truth about our history, black, so-called black people, because we're not black people, we're indigenous people. We are the original people of this earth. So I can go deep, but I'm not going to focus on that right now. Anyone who speaks about our history and broadcast it out to the world and speak about their history, these devils assign their minions that they've already had, set up for this. They assign them an order to perform a predetermined plan to target and destroy anyone who stands up against their lies, their injustice, and their wickedness. All a part of this system we are in. Once people turn against it, then they turn against you. Daniel's dream. Now, in the so-called Holy Bible, Daniel had a dream. Daniel chapter 8, verse 23 through 25. It says, and in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors have reached their fullness, a king shall arise. Now listen to this. Having fierce features, who understands sinister schemes. His power shall be mighty. Now this is the kicker, but not by his own power. So not of his own power. So he got his power from wicked spirits. He shall destroy fearfully and shall prosper and thrive. He shall destroy the mighty and also who? The holy people. Through his cunning, he shall cause deceit to prosper under his rule, and he shall exalt himself in his heart. He shall destroy many in their prosperity. He shall even rise against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without human means. Without human means. So he's telling you, this is what's happening now. What do? That's how you know who they're talking about. This person who's cunning, they shall cause deceit to prosper. They constantly use deceit. Like right now, the coronavirus, it's all a lie. It's a setup. It's deceit. It's distraction. It's keeping us bound mentally if we believe this, and that's what will cause you sickness. What they're doing to cause people sickness, and I agree with it because I know, because they tried to attack me. They're using radiation. That 5G stuff that they plan to put up, they've been already using it, trying it on people. They've been doing it with the 4G. They've been doing it with the 3G. They've been doing it with everything. They just add on when that breaks you down, they throw in a virus, or chemical warfare agents at you to try to break you down even more. And if you're not right, then it will do certain things to you. And the radiation attacks your brain And then if your brain is off, it causes sickness in the body. You don't have to be a doctor or a scientist to figure that out. Pay attention to people around us. Do some research. Do some homework. You understand? The Satans have taught these demonic devils in the flesh, evil men, everything they know. This is what they are still using to this very day to mentally imprison our people and the rest of this world. So people better wake up because it's not going to get better. As long as a devil is evil as beings are in rule, it will never be a better or a peaceful earth. World ruin. These devils constantly teach the world in scripture, with the scriptures, that our fight is not with flesh and blood, but it's with evil principalities. But what they fail to include is that they are willing vessels for those evil principalities. So it is flesh working with the spirit. The knowledge these devils use, which they have weaponized, because what the knowledge that they have used it as a weapon. They have taken our knowledge and now they have weaponized it against us. It comes from ancient times. It has always been used to control what the people think, believe, and practice. So you got to be mindful because of the misuse of our wisdom. The lives of our people are constantly being destroyed, as well as other people, because they always try it on other people first. So they'll do it to their own people too. Whatever they plan to do to us, they always try it out on their people too first, or at the same time, however they do it. Well, in the book of Enoch, chapter 65, verse 6, and a command has gone forth from the presence of the Most High concerning those who dwell on the earth, that their ruin is accomplished, because they have learnt all the secrets of the angels and all the violence of the Satans. So not the Satan, but the Satans. So that's why I was saying, are we the Titans? And all the powers. So they learned the violence of the Satans and all their powers, the most secret ones, and all the powers of those who practice sorcery, and the powers of witchcraft, and the power of those who make molten images for the whole earth. Excuse me. Most of the world is under a satanic spell and don't even know it. Some don't care because their energy is so low, as I've mentioned before, that they are not fighting to free themselves from that bond. Some of us are fighting so we feel the pull, we see the pull, and we are going through that we're going against the current in the ocean. So the waves are coming at us. We're not going with them. The waves are coming this way and we're going that way. So we feel the pressure of coming out of these lies and filling ourselves with this truth. And they don't want us to come out of it. So they're pulling on us. They'll pull on you. But you can't give in. You cannot give up. You can't. You have to keep going. And the Most High Spirit in you is greater than anything that you can face on this earth, because it's the power in you. He gave us power. That spirit in us is his power. It's a part of him. You understand that? We have the power, but we have to unite our power as one nation, or as many that will come together. We don't need everybody. It would be best if we had everybody, every single soul in our nation. But if we don't, we use who we got. That's how it's going to happen. That's how it's going to turn out. That's how I'm seeing it going to pan out. We're going to have to use who we got. And that's going to be sufficient, because the Most High is going to increase our strength. He's going to increase our strength. Liars and fools. I'm just here to share with my people. There are low-minded people among us who help spread lies like this coronavirus. They know it was targeting their own people, these white people, and or European, whatever you want to call them. The red people. They knew it was destroying them, the white, the red, the Mexican, all of them. So it wasn't killing us. So they put some actors out there. Now, woe to those people who are lying for these heathens, these devils who oppress you too. Because if you're lying, most of these people who are probably dying, they're not dying from this virus. They're dying because of radiation poisoning, or they're dying because they're already sick. So when they shoot them with that radiation, it makes their sickness increase to the point of death, depending on what was happening in their body. So some people are being targeted, but they're being targeted by whatever they tried to throw at us. It backfired on them. So they're turning around murdering our people, not just here in America, all across this land. Don't get it twisted, because all black people, or so-called black people, are indigenous people, whether they are, original people were one nation who was moved over here in America. Some people were already here because we traveled before the Europeans got here. So we have been to every place on this earth before they came through. Basically, we were here first, always. So they came and conquered and took over our lands everywhere. But we'll get to that. So basically, these people are spreading lies to help these devils, and they attack the chosen at the command of these demonic entities. They are wolves in sheep clothing who call themselves men or humans. You ain't human. If you participate with a beast, you a beast right along with them. So people who help them are called fools or simple minded. A fool is someone who is a simple mind. You have a simple mind. So in the book of Enoch, don't say it's me talking to you like that. This is our creator. This is our people from back in the days who said this. So I'm gonna let you know what they said, and it's all connected. That's why I like to say things in a way for people to understand what's happening now and how it was happening then. It's no different, nothing new under the sun. The world just keeps spinning around and around and around like that. Everything just keeps repeating itself for a particular reason, obviously, until something gets right. But woe to you, it says in the book of Enoch, chapter 98, verse 9, it says, woe to you, ye fools, or you fools, you simple, for through your folly, your stupidity, they call folly stupidity, shall ye perish, and ye or you transgress against the wise. So you're going against the people who are speaking the truth, who have understanding of things. And so good hap or good fortune shall not be your portion. So look how easy it is for people to believe spoken deception, lies, outbreak, playing constantly on the tell lies vision. But they can't see the lies when they're looking out of their own two eyes. The window of your soul. The world is being lied to, and they show it to the world over and over and over again on this tell lies vision. So they're telling lies to your vision because they know that message with your senses is taking you deeper and deeper and lower and lower into your lowest point of existence. And that's near death. That place that they're trying to get us and keep us at is near death, one step from death. So when you raise yourself up spiritually, you're farther from death. You'll live out your full life. Whatever your life was intended for when you were born, you will live it out if you get to that higher place. But they don't talk about this because they don't want you to know. But they want you to be fed all these lies. But just like it says in the book of Enoch, chapter 98, verse 15, it says, woe to you who who write down lying and godless words, for they write down their lies that men may hear and act godlessly towards their neighbors. So they're lying to us. They believe the lie and they go trying to run and tell you the lie to feed it to you. Don't send it to me. Keep it for yourself. I'm good. I'm good on the lies. I'm one for the truth. If you got a lot of truth to share, send it to me then. Share with me. But if you got lies, keep it to yourself. Okay? Burn, devil, burn. That's what I am hotness. Burn, devil, burn. Yeah. If you are good in heart and mind, blessings to you. If not, don't hope for good if you're up to no good. The book of Enoch, chapter 98, verse 12. Woe to you who love the deeds of unrighteousness. Wherefore do you hope for good hap or fortune unto yourselves? They're asking a question. Do you hope for good fortune to come to you and you love the deeds of unrighteousness? He says, know that you shall be delivered into the hands of the righteous, and they shall cut off your necks and slay you and have no mercy upon you. Mm. But we're supposed to be merciful to a demon. I mean, it's best for us to be merciful for ourselves and peaceful in ourselves. Yes. Hmm. Yes. But there is always going to come a time where you're going to have to put some things to the side and move in a different direction. And this is the time. This will happen after the fall of all wicked kingdoms. So all these judgments that's going to come upon people, the evil, the wicked, is going to come at the fall of all these kingdoms. So, and that's happened. That's basically right now. It's coming. The book of Enoch, chapter 100, verse 8. Woe to you, you obstinate in heart or stubborn in heart, who watch in order to devise wickedness. Therefore shall fear come upon you, and there shall be none to help you. So you brought all this terror upon the Most High's original people of this land, his chosen generations, and you did not offer any help. They came to you for help. They asked you for help. They begged you for help, and you showed them no mercy and you gave them no help, just like we have the same things today. You get nothing, you get no mercy the same way. So just like they say karma, however you can call it karma, you can call it whatever you want. But what you put out is what you're going to get back. But it ain't coming back equally the same. Oh, it's coming back double. It's coming back double. So the wicked are being tormented right now, whether people know it or not, by their own evil. By their own evil. The book of Enoch 100 and verse 9. Woe to you, you sinner, on account of your words the words of your mouth, and on account of the deeds of your hands, your violence, your abuse, your everything, your murder, your godlessness, that you wrought, the things that you've done, in blazing flames, burning worse than fire, shall you burn. Blazing flames burning worse than fire? What kind of flames burn worse than fire? That's where they'll be going. That's what they say. I believe it. I believe it. And I'll tell you about that. There's actually a map. I found this map. Oh my gosh, what is the name? I'll let me find it while I continue. There's this map that actually shows it was writ or drawn, or however they did it. They drew it up in the 1500s. It includes lands all around what we know to be USA. It's a map. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to share it with you. And it's actually other lands that are not included on this fake globe that they have. The world is not flat. The world is not round. The world is, I call it flat because I know that it doesn't go like this. I know it goes this way, but you have hills, you have valleys, so it's not all together flat, but it has valleys and hills and things like that. So of course it's not flat, but it's not a globe. It's a land. It's a land. It goes across. But this land, I got to talk about that with you. But it's amazing how it looks. It looks as if what we know to be the Earth is in one part. It almost looked like Mars, like you know how those little dips in Mars, and like Earth is in what we know to be Earth is in one. Then they have other places that we were what we would call earths in other places on this same earth that we call earth. It is bigger than what we think according to this map. It's like way bigger than what we can imagine. And there's other worlds right on it with us. And we are encamped by ice walls. And outside of those ice walls, they have land that they call, it was written in Spanish according to the language. It was called Terra del Fuego. And they call those the lands of fire. And they showed other animals, oh, like animals, dragons. They showed all kind of stuff around there. But this is the man who wrote this map at that time. He wrote what he saw. So he didn't describe it or what it was. He just wrote and drew what he saw. And we got to get into that. People got to wake up. There's so much knowledge out here that our people has to wake up. We do. But anyways, let me get into this. The table will turn for the righteous. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The table is turning for the righteous, for all righteous people. So that doesn't include the original people or Yah's people only. Whoever he has or show mercy to, that's who the table is turning to as well. So all those who submit to us, to the real gods, right? Like everybody keeps saying, we're gods. We are gods because we come from God, but we're not the God, the ultimate creator. You know, we are creators in his image, like he said, but we're not the God. So people, that's why some of our people are falling, because they are being very arrogant about the thought of them being a God. But you're not in your God position or your goddess position until you have completed the spirituality within yourself, your peace within yourself, your righteousness within yourself. You have to get all that back, and your power. So all that's coming, it's all coming into effect right now. So when we get there, then we can claim what we are. We can claim it now. But if you're not living as a God and you're living as a fool or someone who's falling, then you're not really a God-like person. You have to be a God and walk in God's shoes to be a God. So don't claim something. If you're going around getting mad at your people, you ain't showing no love, respect for your people. You ain't helping your people, because that's what our God does. That's what our Creator does. He's doing it all for us, for us. And whoever loves us, he does it the same for. But we'll get to that. Edomites. So I told you the table will turn for the righteous. So these Edomites, these white people, and all their seed that they trained up in their way, and all those who follow their way, who call themselves what they are aware of their end. It's here. Their fall, it's here. In ignorance, they are trying hard to keep the chosen, the original people, from rising up in spirituality, in our mentality, in our power. They're trying very hard to prevent that from happening. So they will do anything. That's what people don't get, but they are going to learn. They will do anything to keep us from reaching that potential, that mental state. So they are constantly attacking us with chemicals and energy warfare agents and their whatever energy devices. So they're doing this with their agents and their devices. But in the book of Ezekiel, it says, chapter 25, verse 14. So Ezekiel 25 and 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people, Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance, saith the Most High. Yeah. So this is the reason why when a black man rise up in truth, or a black woman, these devils call them a black identity extremist or a terrorist, because they fear, the fear of a black man and woman waking up from their poisonous spell terrifies these devils. If we're not drunk in their lies, the lies of the Satans, you know, no, they know we see them for, they know we see them for who they really are, pure evil. So they know that. So they also know we have the spiritual power to destroy them, as I've mentioned these things before. So they work overtime fighting us spiritually by attacking the people that are waking up with their chemicals, with their radiation, the 4G, 5Gs, whatever you want to call it, anything you can throw at us. They fake viruses, all this. So this is all a part of attacking us spiritually, but it appears to be physical because they are showing you in the physical. If you're awake, you see the physical. So you see it in the physical because everything that happens in the spirit manifests into the physical realm. So we see them attacking us with whatever warfare, chemical warfare, biological warfare, virus, whatever, germs, whatever. But it's all to attack us spiritually. It's more than karma. What goes around is coming right back to all these devils and demons. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 15. He said, "What means ye or you that you beat my people to pieces and grind the faces of the poor, saith Yah." He said in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 8, "Because you have plundered many nations, all the remnants of the people shall plunder you." It has already, now when he spoke, when he told him and asked him about plundering our people, according to the Bible, they say it was our own people plundering our own people. So, but I'm using this because basically that's how he sees it with these devils, and especially in the book of Enoch, all focuses on the enemy. So, and he basically telling the people the same thing, like, well, everything you done to my people, it's gonna happen to you. Everything you thought you were gonna get away with, you will not get away with. So he's saying, because you have plundered many nations, all the remnants of my people will plunder you. It has already been prophesied that the enemy of the Most High and us will be destroyed for the treatment of us, his people. And that hour is here. Yes, he said in Isaiah chapter 33, verse 1, "Woe to you who plunder, though you have not been plundered, and you who deal treacherously, though they have not dealt treacherously with you. When you cease plundering, you will be plundered. When you make an end of dealing treacherously, they will deal with you treacherously." So these demon filled men have been so comfortable oppressing us, y'all's chosen. They thought we'd never awaken. They Now they see that they were wrong. This is the reason for the rushing, let's hurry up, of installing this 5G device. First, they throw out the false virus to distract us. Look this way so they can hurry up and do something over here. So you got to know, whatever they're doing, they'll never tell you the truth right away. And what they do is they tell us the truth way before they even start doing anything or when they write their plan. And then after they, execute the plan, then they reveal the truth to us. Yeah, we just got these 4G. They kind of wean it in with us slowly, wean it into you so you can get comfortable with it so you don't complain. But they want to fry our brains. They want to fry the brains of our people and the world. And if they do, if they put this 5G out, not only is it going to fry your brain, it's going to make it easier for people to get sick who are not taking care of themselves, who is not in tune with themselves. So most of the time, our people have been eating a bunch of crap that's not good for us. Don't give us no nutrition. Don't do nothing to help our body to regenerate itself or to rejuvenate itself. It's going to make it even harder if they put this 5G radiation out around us. It's going to make it harder for your body to rejuvenate because radiation attacks your cells that keep your body healthy. It kills the things that rejuvenate you. But people, I hope it don't get to the point where it comes out before people start waking up and people want to know, what can we do about it? We could do a lot of things about it. We got to stand up and fight for what's right, in a real way, though. Our people have to unite. Black people, if nobody else wants to, we have to unite, and the Most High will strengthen us. We'll get to that. Lying thief, you lying thief. You are a lying thief, not the righteous. Lying Gentiles, governments, all their people and sectors under this pyramid of wickedness. False preachers and teachers who running and hiding when they supposed to be there helping the people. You are thieves. You have robbed Yah's people by drowning them in your lies and hiding the truth from them, from the world. You were supposed to do right by us, by the Most High, but you proved yourself to be a liar and a thief. Zechariah chapter 5, verse 3 and 4. We'll get to that liar and thief a little, I think it's the next one too. But this is what he said about the thief. He said, then he said to me, so the Most High said to Zechariah, this is a curse that goes out over the face of the whole earth. Every thief shall be expelled or kicked out according to the side of the scroll. So according to what was written on that scroll back then. And every perjurer or liar shall be expelled according to that side of it. And I will send out the curse, says the Most High. It shall enter the house of a thief and the house of the one who swears falsely by my name. Oh, I swear to God. It shall remain in the midst of the house of his house and consume it with its timber and stone. For all the money stolen from the people of Yah, our black people are so-called, we're not black people, but we're slowly moving to the truth. So let's just work with that. We will see if that stolen money will help you when the Most High's wrath reaches your home, or if it will buy you peace and comfort in hell's fire. So at your punishment, we'll see how much that money going to help you. Yes. Yeah. Devil's harvest. Devil's harvest. The wicked thinks no one sees them or knows what they're doing or what they do. They have been afflicting God's people to death. Satan's know everything is being recorded, but barbaric men do not consider this. So the Satans know that everything is being recorded, but barbaric men do not consider this. Well, the Most High did consider it. Second address, chapter 15, verse 50. And the glory of your power shall wither like a flower when the heat rises that is set upon you. And all the way to 51 through 51, 53, and 56 of Second Esdras, chapter 15. So chapter 15 of Second Esdras, verse 51, 53, and 56. He said, you shall be weakened like a wretched woman who is beaten and wounded, so that you cannot receive your mighty lovers. Would I have dealt with you so violently, says the Most High, if you had not always killed my chosen people, exalting and clapping your hands and talking about their death when you were drunk, as you will do to my chosen people, says the Most High Yah, so Yah will do to you and will hand you over to your adversaries. What goes around comes around 10 times stronger. The accused, during this insurrection, this uprising, we don't have to incriminate our enemies. When we expose their wickedness, it is enough to accuse them to their faces on its own. Oh, they don't like it either. They thought they were good at keeping the truth hidden. But up in your face, it's out now, all in your face. Second address, chapter 16, verse 65. And when your sins come out before men, you shall be put to shame, and your own iniquities shall stand as your accusers in that day. So your wickedness is your own accuser. Retribution. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8. Therefore, wait for me, says the Most High, until the day I rise up for plunder. My determination is to gather the nations to my assembly of kingdoms, to pour on them my indignation. All my fierce anger, all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Yah's chosen people have been patiently awaiting, and now his wrath is pouring down upon the entire world. All that are evil, practice evil, and harbor evil spirits, you're going to eat from your own plate of wickedness. Yes, and I hope it's a big one. I am so silly. I hope it's a big plate of your own wickedness. Dust army. So, dust like dirt, dust army. Satan is on earth and is fully aware of what is coming. Too bad those who does his will does not know, or don't even care, or don't believe it. He has blinded the world with money and material things, all things made from dust of the earth. Revelations chapter 16, verse 14, and chapter 18, verse 2. For they are the spirit of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to battle of the great day of God Almighty, or Yah Almighty, or the Most High Almighty. After the Most High is done with all your Satans, demons, and devils, they said in Revelation 18:2, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. So basically, right now, there is a spiritual battle um, set off. It's already set off. The spiritual battle is set off. And the demons are fighting. They're trying to stop it. They're trying to stop the awakening. So people are going to wake up, and those who don't wake up, then the attacks that this enemy has planned for the world, those are the people who are going to fall. So if you don't have yourself right with our creator and yourself, the power within, if you don't start working on that right now, no one can say what's going to happen to you, but we can tell you one thing based on what our people have already warned us about these things coming, is that you won't make it. You won't make it. Battle formations. In the book of Enoch, chapter 60, Enoch fell down on and he fell down on his face, and his spirit left his body, but the Most High quickened him, then brought him back to life. He was with the Most High at the time. He died from what he had seen. He saw heaven's army in formation. That's what he said. He said, I had not been able to endure the look of this host. So when he saw it, he just died like, you know, he just dropped dead. He dropped dead. In the book of Enoch, chapter 60, verse 6, 60, verse 5 and 6, he said, and Michael said unto me, when he brought him back, after the Most High brought him back, he said, why art thou disquieted with such a vision? Because he showed them this in a vision. He said, until this day lasted, the day of his mercy, and he hath been merciful and long suffering towards those who dwell on the earth. So Michael is telling Enoch, because he's like, oh my gosh, like, you're going to prepare all this for the world, like this is going out to the world, you know. He's saying, why are you so worried about what's going to happen to the people, the inhabitants of the earth? He said the Most High has been patient and merciful, and waiting for these people to repent for years. So why are you worried about what's going to happen to them? That's what he mean when he said that Why art thou disquieted with such a vision until this day? He said, until this day lasted, until this very day, the Most High, he said, the day of his mercy. He has been merciful up until this day. He has been merciful and long suffering toward those who dwell on the earth and against those who do evil. So he said, and when the day and the power and the punishment and the judgment come, which the Lord of spirits hath prepared for those who worship not the righteous law, and those who deny the righteous judgment, and for those who take his name in vain, that day is prepared. He said, for the elect, a covenant, but for sinners, an inquisition. So you at that time, it's going to be like court. So he said, for the elect, those who choose to repent and do righteous, those that he awakened and they went the right direction, in the right direction, there will be a covenant. So you will be established. But for those sinners, there will be a what they call it, a tribunal. He will question you to see what good enough answer you can come up with for him to show you mercy. So you better think wisely about what's coming your way. Woe to you. Woe to all that don't do right in this world, because this world was designed for peace, for people to love one another, for peace to be shared amongst all people, and for everyone to work together, just like the animals. When you got one group of animals, they all work together. Now, what is the shame? All these bugs, animals work together in harmony, but humans, woe to the people of the world. So it's time to get right with the Most High, because he will not play no games with anyone. He is not a respecter of persons. So do not misunderstand or mistake these preachers preaching to you the wrong things and take it as the Most High is just going to be this soft human. He is far from that. He is not. He's eternity. He don't feel like we do. He don't think like we do. We can't begin to understand him, but he's giving us so many warnings. So take heed. These disasters that come upon this earth, he allows them to happen. And what happens when they happen? Everybody talking about we should get together. How many times do disasters have to come for the world to say we should get together? How come you can't get together when no disasters are here? That's his problem with the world. That is his problem with the world right there. We can't unite when the world is at peace, or what you consider peace, because it ain't at peace, because there's people are being destroyed on a regular. But when it seems to be at peace, everybody don't have no problem. Then they can act ignorant and act up in wickedness and ungodly. But when the world is a calamity is taking place, and it seems like it's a threat to the whole wide world, now you want everybody to be at peace. This is the Most High's issue with us. He like, why do I have to throw something at you for you to unite as one world? Well, we gonna figure it out, because he ain't gonna play with nobody. The Most High can't be bribed with money, nor material, or anything else. He will not be merciful to a sinner by choice, nor by ignorance. So the preachers are teaching people that God takes care of fools. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. Because by the time his spirit and he does what he's gonna, the work he's gonna do with this world, everybody's gonna have heard of him. So there, if you can't call yourself a fool, if you choose to go against him, that's your choice. Don't try to categorize yourself in the fool lane and think that's going to be a safe zone for you, because it's not. It's not. You have been taught wrong. And you better listen to these prophets out here that he's awakened to tell people the truth, because that's going to matter. It's going to matter. Our unity, Black people uniting in power and love and strength and together, working together, and is what he's desiring. And for us to save and help the rest of the people of the world is what the goal is here. This is his plan. This is what he's going to fulfill when this is all said and done. This is how it's going to, this table is turning. back to the way it was. Like he said, those that were first, we became last. But that's why he said, the last shall be first. We were already first, but we became last. When they wrote those words, it was after the table had turned and we became last. And that's what it means. Our people became the last of this earth. The people mistreat us. They mistreat us over here in Americas. They mistreat us in the islands. They mistreat us in those places they call Africa, in Europe, in Asia, in Puerto Rico, in Guam, in Hawaii, everywhere. So that's what he means when they say we were last. Our people are not respected. They're not loved and honored as we should be, because this world is living off of everything that started with us. And they don't respect and honor that. This earth is ours. This earth is ours. It's not Europeans. It's not anybody that they know. It's ours. They stole it from us. They stole everything from us. And we about to get it all back. In the name of our Creator. Hallelujah. 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 All praise be to our Maker and all of our kings and queens who fought for us, who stood for us. They deserve the honor. Yes, they do. Comfort in the storm. Mm-hmm. For all who trust in the creator of the universe, the Most High, the one who created all spirits and souls, the earth and all that is in it, you have no need to panic. But be still when judgment comes to the world. I mean, really, who can escape death if they wanted to? So don't lose yourself, but try to find what is lost within yourself. That's what you need. That's where we have to start. That's where it begins. He's working in us. His spirit is in us. In the book of Enoch, chapter 104, verse 5, he said, what shall ye be obliged to do? You shall not have to hide on the day of great judgment, and you shall not be found as sinners. And the eternal judgment shall be far from you for all the generations of the world. The evildoers are preparing for something big. Just know that it's bigger than a virus. This virus is only a distraction from the calamities, from the real calamities that are coming. So, as I've said, be very vigilant, not fearful. Do not fear. Get your spirit right. If you are a fearful person, that means you're at your lowest point. But do not fear, but always be watchful of what's going on. Evil has grown up, and its harvest is here, and it is about to be cast into the furnace. Chosen. The blessed that was lost in it is being, let me see, the blessing that was lost is being prepared to be restored. It will be restored to the chosen generation, the righteous chosen generation, the righteous that remains of the chosen generation that continues on the right path. Zechariah chapter 8, verse 13. And it shall come to pass that just as you were a curse among the nations, O house of Judah and house of Israel, so I will save you, and you shall be a blessing. Do not fear. Let your hands be strong. To other nations, to the others, to those of other nations who love and hate us, the people chosen by our Creator, how you feel about us. So, this is to the people of the whole wide world. How you feel about us matters more than you know or think about or even care about. Tobias chapter 13, verse 12. He said, cursed are all they which hate thee, and blessed shall all be which love thee. So he was talking to about us, his people, his original people. Yes, cursed are all those who hate us, blessed are all those who love us. So those are the ones who will be with us, but they will not be equal to us. They will be, the table is like this. They're up here, we're this is considered down here. It's about to go like this, basically. The scale, it's going the other way. Oh yeah. Sin revealed. Multiple calamities, famines, and deaths have been constant warnings for the world to get their minds and hearts right with each other, with us, each other, the world, all nations, all nations. We were supposed to treat people right and not wickedly or ungodly. Romans chapter 1, verse 18. For the wrath of Yah is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness. So the leaders of this world right now, I ain't gonna say leaders, I'm gonna say the rulers, because they ain't leading nothing, but they rule the world, the people of the world. So they're in the position to rule, and they are doing it without truth. They're keeping the truth from us, hiding it, oppressing people, playing a violent game with people's lives. They're like very sick, basically. The Most High reveals our wrongdoings and thoughts to us when we don't want to acknowledge them. His mercy is shown to us before his destruction. Romans chapter 1, verse 19. Because that which may be known of Yah is manifested in them, for God hath, or Yah hath shown it unto them. So he always shows us our wrong so that we can correct ourselves and turn away from the things that he deems is not right. Not what we see is wrong, but what he sees is wrong. Anything that can destroy us or can affect or corrupt other people in this world is wrong, according to the Most High, because it's against everything that he wanted us to be. Demonic evil energy and soul draining entities are shook because of the truth being unleashed to the world, especially to our people all across this world. The very thing that destroys their system of lies, the truth. So if the truth destroys, if the truth destroys the wicked kingdoms of this earth, let the righteous and truthful people speak the truth until all the evil and wicked fades away into hell. The book of Enoch. What? Chapter 62, verse 2. The book of Enoch. And the word of his mouth slayeth all sinners. So when these people who enjoy doing ungodly things, who like to hate on people, who like to practice violence and murder, who like to play games with the lives of people in this world, when you speak the truth against them, it destroys their wicked spirit. So speak that truth to them. Apostate generation. It was prophesied, another prophecy, that an unfaithful, so apostate is unfaithful, an unfaithful nation would rise up. What are events marked for us today to know who this unfaithful generation was and has been, you know, or would be at that time when they spoke this? Who were they talking about? In the book of Enoch, chapter 93, verse 8 and 9 and 10 and 14. And the whole race of the chosen root shall be dispersed. Ooh, that helps us know who the chosen people are, right? They were dispersed. Most of us, I'm pretty sure the majority of us were dispersed from our lands, from whatever land, moved all around. All the world is ours, but we were moved to different places, separated from our families, our friends, our people on those particular lands that we originated from. Our people, the ones that were dispersed. See, he said, after that, in the seventh week shall an apostate generation arise. So this let us know the times. I got to do more research on that, but it tells you about this in the book of Enoch about the weeks. Now, I've heard different people describe the weeks differently. So I have to do more research so that I can get more understanding of and get my own spiritual uh, from inside of me to tell me what those weeks are. But I'm gonna tell you this. I can tell you when it was. The seventh week. Here we go. After the apostate, unfaithful generation, the righteous elect or the faithful. So after the apostate, which is the unfaithful generation, the righteous elect or faithful will arise. So we know that during the seventh week, the apostate generation arise. So we go back in history to find when did that apostate generation arise? 400, over 500, or over 400 years ago, they arose. Yeah, they're ruling right now, still ruling to this day. That apostate generation who claim to have faithful, they run around, build all these churches like they faithful, but they are faithless. They are faithless. They don't believe in the Most High. They don't care for the Most High. They will speak against His name. They will speak against our Creator. They don't, and people, and then they teach you about a God that is not our God. They made up their own God, and that white God is not our creator. He's not our, he ain't nobody's creator. I don't even think he had kids because he was a homosexual. I don't think he had children. So he ain't nobody's creator. And we have to get out of this folly state. We got to get out of this ignorance, because this is what's destroying us, the lack of knowledge. And at its close, so after the apostate generation arose, and then the righteous will rise. So they said, and at its close shall be elected the elect righteous of the eternal plant of righteousness. Woe to you who set at naught or disregard the words of the righteous, for ye shall have no hope of life. So you will be like they do, like most people, the walking dead, living in lies, on your suffering while you're alive, and no matter, because there everybody's attacked at on some level, but until they are destroyed. But some people feel the weight, they become negative, they become depressed, they become stressed, they become suicidal, they become violent, they become murderous. That's walking in death. The wisdom of the Most High does not promote fear, violence, or any type of ungodliness or wickedness to the righteous in heart, but only to the wicked. That's the only ones who fear the word of Yah, the truth. The truth is the word of Yah. The only one who fears it is those who are ungodly, because it tears their soul up. Like he said, it cuts the soul of sinners and the demons, and so the spirits, the principalities, the wicked principalities and people, all spirits and souls, it tears them right up, like he said, a double-edged sword. So it's cutting you both sides when it goes in and comes right back out. It's ripping people to pieces. Those living in the flesh reject and doesn't understand the truth, but it's those living in the spirit who rejoice at the truth, because we understand the truth. We're happy when we hear about these things, because we know what's going on. We know we're getting closer. We're getting our spirituality back. We're growing back into the person we were born to be. So check your spirit if it's not right, if you fear any truth anyone is speaking out here. Last call. Black people are waking up because the spirit of our creator, the spirit that we were born with, was damped. It's like a flame, and it was put out. It's coming back to life. Jeremiah chapter 24, verse 7. And I will give them a heart to know me, that I am the Most High, and they shall be my people. and I will be their God, or their Yah, or the Most High. For they shall return unto me with their whole heart. That's what's happening. Everybody's returning back to our spirituality with our whole hearts. The Most High Creator will have mercy on his righteous people, and when judgment comes, he will not harm us. Hosea chapter 1, verse 7. But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah, and will save them by the Most High their Yah, and will save them not by bow. I will not save them by bow, not by a bow and arrow, not by a sword, not by battle, not by horses, nor by a horseman. So the world is being destroyed by the word of the Most High. It's tormenting the wicked. They are consumed with fear. The same fear that they fed to the whole wide world. So get wisdom. Wisdom is the most precious gift to receive. In the Testament of Levi, chapter 4, verse 8, he said, get wisdom. He told his children, he said before he died, he said, get wisdom in the fear of Yah with diligence, and not fear as in fear like they promote in this world. It's not the same thing. It's just basically self-controlling yourself to do the right things. That's what they mean when they, we should say self-control instead of fear when it comes to our Creator, because he don't promote fear. He don't try to get you to fear. That's satanic. That's demons. That's these demonic entities on this earth, these devils on this earth who uses that word fear. We need to remove that fear and put self-control. So he's basically saying, get wisdom and with diligence, for though there be a leading into captivity. So he was telling his people, his children, that they were going to go into captivity. And he said, though the cities and the land be destroyed, and the gold and silver and every possession perish, the wisdom of the wise not, or nothing, not means nothing, can take away. So he's saying the wisdom no one can take away from you. They can take you into captivity. They can destroy your lands. They can destroy your possessions, but they cannot take your wisdom from you. And he said the only thing that can take your wisdom from you is blindness. He said, save the blindness of ungodliness and the callousness that comes from of sin. So the only things that can take away your wisdom, your power, is ungodliness, blinding yourself with ungodliness, and being callous when you're in your sinful way. That causes callous to you, so it makes your skin, your heart hard. It makes you hard and hard, and you won't care about no truth. You won't show no concern to know any truth. You won't try to build yourself up. You will just remain that hard-hearted, or that self-willed or forward type of person. He said, doing evil, well, this is doing evil or wrong is the very thing that keeps people from hearing, listening, and knowing the truth. And what did he say in the Holy Bible that everybody so faithfully, or claim they so faithfully believe in? He said it's the truth that shall set you free, or make you free, or however they word it. The truth will make us free. So we need to get that truth. Every generation, Yah awakens people to speak the truth and expose world lies. Truth is always rejected by the masses. It doesn't satisfy their beliefs and practices, and it troubles the spirits of those that practice ungodliness, and it doesn't make them feel good. If the truth troubles you, and I believe I said this before, if the truth troubles you, just know it's not the truth that troubles you. You finish the rest of that. The book of Enoch, chapter 99, verse 14. Woe to them who reject the measure and eternal heritage of their fathers, and whose souls follow after idols. So woe to those who reject our people's truth which is those scriptures that was rewritten. Even though how we can get the truth, don't reject nothing. Learn, read from it. Listen to our brothers and sisters. Read other knowledge that have our people's information in. Read the enemy's knowledge that have our people's information in it. So we can all come together and come to the truth in it all. Because all of it has been altered to make them look good. But it is the history of our people. It's the history of our people. Yes, it's just been rewritten and altered. Now, the Testament of Levi, chapter 4, verse 11, he said, to all the Gentiles shall you become a scorn, which is being despised or hated. So he told his children, Levi told his children before he died, he was like, you're going to go into slavery. Get you some wisdom. Don't let go. Pass it on to your children. He said, you are going to become a scorn. Not because he was trying to prevent them from getting to that place, but he said, this is what the Most High foresaw because of what you guys are going to participate in. You're going to reject the truth. That's the first thing. Reject the truth. The things that are righteous for us, that help us be the people we were designed to be, who we were before we saw what devils were doing. Before the jealousy, before the envy, before the hating your brother, before the violence against our people, against each other, before the looking at our people like we don't want to look at them because they're our people. They look like us. Their skin color is dark brown because the world has indoctrinated you to hate dark skin, to hate your beauty, your natural beauty that they long for so badly, out in the sun getting tans and doing everything to get themselves dark skin while you hating yourself. The world is loving you. Get your mind right, Black people or indigenous people of the earth. Extol Yah. The Most High is so merciful that he gave all of us, his creation, an opportunity to get ourselves right, to repent and turn away from the things that are contrary to nature and his design for life on this earth. In the book of Tobias, so this is Tobias, chapter 13, verse 6. If ye turn to him with your whole heart and with your whole mind and deal uprightly before him, then will he turn to you. So when you turn to him, you're seeking him, you're looking through Bibles, you're looking through all these different books, you know what I mean? You're looking through everything. He's going to turn to you. His spirit will fill you. Okay? When you clean out your kingdom, this temple here, he will fill you. You understand? That's what we're working toward. That's what a lot of us are working towards. You know, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be all the way there. You just have to start on that path. We are all on that path. No one is perfect. We all got things we have to clean out. But evil starts, get that out first. Get hate out first. Get fear out first. Then we can work on all the other stuff and replace it with good things. Truth. Start seeking the truth. That's where our healing comes from. That is our life. So everybody love your life. You living your best life. I don't know how that can be if you living in a lie. You can't be living your best life, living in a lie. With our people dying, who can die at any time because of the wickedness of this enemy, this one who hate us so much. He said, again, ye turn to him with your whole heart and with your whole mind and deal uprightly before him and deal uprightly before him, our maker, our creator, because we have a creator. Then he will turn to you and he will not hide his face from you. Therefore, see what he will do with you and confess him with your whole mouth. Give thanks and praise the Most High of might. Give glory and honor to all our kings. Confess him with your mouth, with your whole mouth, and praise the Most High of might and extol the everlasting King. In the land of my captivity do I praise him and declare his might and his majesty. to a sinful nation. Oh, you sinner, turn and do justice before him. Who can tell if he will accept you and have mercy on you? You better get it right today, because you don't know what he has planned for you. You don't know if he'll even accept you. Just like Esau, when he went to him, oh, please have mercy on me, he rejected him. And that's your father. You better turn right today. You better get it right today. You've been committed. You are a fraudulent, lying thief. Yes, this world belongs to us, and we're going to take it back. Yes, God's children, or the Most High's children. What's stopping Black people from prospering as a nation all across this land? Indoctrinated religion, taught by the same devils that stole everything from us and has been trying generation after generation after generation up until this generation, trying to exterminate us. People are under the white man's sleeping spell and completely dependent on him to take care of us. This is this is and has been our failure. It's time for it to end. It is written that the Most High's people will destroy these devils. Then that is to, well, it is written that the people will destroy these devils, and it also says that the Most High will destroy them without hands. So most people will say, well, that's a conflict. How can he say they're going to destroy them and the Most High is going to destroy them? Who's going to destroy them? Well, this is why you need people with understanding, because what this means is the weapons we will use to destroy these devils is our minds, his truth. Waking up, dumping the lies, and filling our emptiness with truth is our Savior. His word, his word, his truth. Wisdom is our Savior, and the power of the Creator within each of us, the Black, so-called Black people all across this land, and the other nations he chooses to extend his mercy. So, my people, give thanks to our Creator for our lives, for revealing and awakening our people during these times, and for his protection and his strength in us to overcome all adversity. We have to understand, people, the time is now. Don't be deceived by church false teachings. The power is in us. Look it up if you don't believe it. Look up the kingdom of God. You will find that in Luke, it's in the book of Luke. It's in you. In order for the Most High to fill us with what he needs for us to overcome and to conquer all the things that have rose up against us, to suppress us and to destroy us spiritually and physically, we have to embrace his truth. We have to embrace righteousness. We have to embrace the unity amongst our own nation. We have to embrace everything that the enemy turns us away from that helps build us up as a nation. We have to work together without care of expecting anything. This is the only thing that's going to help us. Like I said, either he's going to, if you want to be, whoever remains, that's why he always talks about a remnant, because there's going to be people who's not going to want to change who they are. They want to just be a part of whatever the world has taught them or whatever they have learned growing up in this life. But all of that's going to change. It's already in progress. And if you choose to keep walking the wrong way, you're going to be left behind. People who don't care for their own people, you could never love no one else. And love does not lie in you. And our Creator is love. His truth sets us free. Do you want to be free? Because the judgment is already, the door of judgment has already been opened. And it's working its way across this land. So until next time, my people, I speak over your life, spiritual growth. We need to start with that. We all do. Because I'm on that path of enlightenment. And that's where it starts. Reflecting, looking in the mirror. Like Michael Jackson said, the man in the mirror. I gotta make a change, but I gotta do it with the man in the mirror. When you know who you are the chosen of this earth. You are a creator. You are a, well, people are saying you are God, so it's true. You are a God. You are a God. The women are goddesses. We're not God Almighty. So don't make a mistake and think you him. That's the part that I don't like to play with, because that's why a lot of our people who are awake, who have awakened, are being brought down because they're thinking bigger than they should. We are God and goddesses because we are his children. And I like it that one of our brothers, our king, said, he said that what kind of children does a horse has? He has horses. What kind of children does, you know, dogs have? They have dogs. He said the same thing with us. God is our father, so that makes us gods. So look at it that way. Don't look at it like you God Almighty. Him, the creator, that's why he's the most high. He is the most high God. We are the lower gods. It's a difference, but we are his children. You have to start off first with knowing yourself, who you are. Look in the mirror. You're beautiful. You're creative. You're intelligent. We have been suppressed, so we have not been able to tap into those gifts that was given to us. But the time is turning around where we will manifest everything that was in us. So start working with yourself. Smile when you see your people. Reach out. Let's come together as one nation in righteousness and not in hate, but in total love for one another. Do so much. Love your people to the point where you don't even worry. I'm not going to say that because I used to do that. I love so much that I didn't even worry about myself. I cared so much. I know it was hard for people to see, but I did. I always cared so much where I didn't even think about myself. But now I'm learning how to balance that. I still care about people that much, but I learned how to include me in that. So now I'm on the right path. I'm on the right track. We got to start loving ourselves, loving our people. It's going to come. So you might as well just get on board with it. And those who don't, we'll see you in a, we won't see you next lifetime. we won't. We won't see you next lifetime. I love you. Until next time, peace, my people. Peace, love, prosperity. And let us all work on each other in unity and work on our unity and working on other things. We all got to come together and come up with a united plan for sustainability for our people as well. So that's another one that needs to be spoken of, and a plan needs to be enacted. Some of our brothers and sisters around the world are coming up with these plans. So we need to connect with these people. I will put a list of all the people I know, and maybe they got other people they know that then we can all get this network going. We got to come up with other means of communication as well, especially that we cannot depend on this internet for our communication. So that's another thing. But until next time, I love you. Bless you all my people. I love you, and I want you to be strong in this time, not fearful. Stay happy, stay joyful, share, care, whatever. If you need help, let somebody know. Don't try to be too proud. That's why we are a family, a whole one nation of family. We're supposed to help one another. You should never be ashamed to say you need something. This is a time where people most definitely may be in need because of what this enemy, these devils have done to the world. So don't be ashamed to speak out to people. Speak to somebody. If they reject you, go to the next person. Don't be ashamed to be helped. God is our helper. So what he provides for us, should we be ashamed that he helped us and reject it? No, you don't. So don't be ashamed to ask. We ask him So let us ask our people, our brothers and sisters standing next to us, and if they help, they do. If they don't, they don't. But I love you. Until next time, whew, stay in your right mind. But get in touch with your spirit. I'm gonna keep saying that until we all do. Yes, get in touch with your spirit. Take some peaceful time for yourself. I love you. Peace. Have a good night. Cause Yah is love. It's so good to know.